Ciao, benvenuti. Welcome around the table here with Vinny and Danilo. We're going to get started with a little bit of olive oil straight into the pan. All right, and I've got my water boiling over here for the pasta, and we're going to use an archetti pasta, which archetti is, it's called archetti because it's little ears. It's simple what it means. Archetti in Italy means ears, little ears, okay? It's shaped just like a little ear. We're going to be cooking that off, and I'm going to go ahead and put that in our boiling water. And turn the heat down on that. I'm going to start with some garlic. Chop up a little bit of garlic to put with my oil. It's already getting nice and hot. So I'm going to chop it up here. Give it a rough chop and put it straight in my oil. Okay. And I've got my pasta cooking. Now I've add a little bit of salt in my pasta. Make sure you add some salt in your pasta. You don't have any flavor, right? And I like to put a little bit of olive oil in mine, so it just keeps the pasta separated, and I think adds a little extra flavor to it. All right. All right. Now, make sure you don't burn your garlic. Keep your garlic just simmered. And then I've got the broccoli rabe here. I've already blanched off, blanched it off for just a minute, no longer than that. You still, want to keep the nice green color to it. You blanch it off any more than that, it's going to turn brown and flavorless. So we're going to put it straight into the pan. All right. I'm going to get rid of my excess here. We don't need those. Those are a little hard to chew. All right. All right. Then I'm going to add a little bit of salt to that, a little black pepper, and a pinch of crushed red pepper to give it a little bit of kick. All right. Now I've got my sausage baking in the oven, and the reason I did that is to bake it off ready to go into my frying pan, so that way my broccoli rabe doesn't cook so much and get wilted and brown. So I've got my sausage already ready in the oven. Let it cook there for about 15-20 minutes. Okay. Put it straight into the pan. All right. And it's a good time to add my San Marzano tomatoes. Now, I say San Marzano tomatoes. These are from the region of San Marzano on the volcanic mountain of Vesuvio. The soil on this volcanic mountain makes this tomato sweet and not bitter. And it's just my preference in using this tomato. It really brings out the flavor in this dish. All right, make sure you give a stir to your pasta as well. Doesn't stick together and all that. You want to cook your pasta al dente. Al dente means it's just a bite to it. It doesn't melt in your mouth. It's going to give you a nice bite. That way it's chewy. And, if you give Italian overcooked pasta, they're going to say, wow, man, what did you do? You've got to cook the pasta al dente just to get that nice bite throughout your dish. Okay? All right. So this is a good time for me to add some wine. I got some table white wine that we drank a little bit earlier. And so we're just going to finish it off and let it simmer. So let the wine simmer down. Okay. All right. We're going to let the simmer down for about 5 minutes. Let the wine reduce down. We're going to let our pasta finish cooking. It's going to take about 5 minutes. And we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll put this all back together, and you're going to love it. All right, we're back. Welcome back. We're gonna check our pasta, see how that's doing. Should be about done here. Just perfect. It's got a nice bite to it. It's got a nice texture. It's not mushy. It's not melting in your mouth. You know, you got a nice bite. So we're gonna go ahead and drain that. Okay. All right. Get all that pasta out. It's very good. All right. So now get rid of the excess water. All right. Then we're going to toss it in with our mixture and let that all combine together and simmer all down. Get it all nice and simmering all together. I like to add just a little bit more wine right here, just to let it all, just not a whole lot, but just a little bit to get all the flavors combined together. All right. And this is a good time also to add a little fresh basil. I got some fresh, beautiful basil sitting right here, and what I like to do is fold it up. Don't chop it up very much because it turns brown on you. And you want to do this at the end so that way it doesn't turn color on you, keeps you a nice fresh look and smell. Okay, that's pretty much, and it's ready to go. Simple dish. Total cook time, I think you're about 15-20 minutes on total cook time on this dish. Something simple and ready to go. Okay. All right. All right. All right. There we go. Get some nice broccoli and sausage right on top. Okay. And I've got some nice Grana Padano that Danilo talked about earlier. It's beautiful cheese. Like it. It's not as salty as the Parmigiano Reggiano. So just shave a little bit of shaves right on top of that. You can have it you can already have it pre-shaved or grounded into smaller pieces. I like it, nice big shaves of cheese. It's just my favorite. Okay, there we go. Buon appetito. Enjoy.
Hey, welcome. I'm Danilo Rufino, and today I'm going to be taking you to a beautiful region from the northern part of Italy. We're going to be in Lombardia today. So I'm going to be making a carpaccio bresaola salad. It's a unique dish from the Lombardia region. And the main ingredients that I'm going to need today are the bresaola, Grana Padano cheese, arugula, salt, pepper, of course, and olive oil. All right, let me tell you something about this beautiful piece of meat. Bresaola, it's the top inside round of beef, the inside leg of the cow. And it's from the valley, the Valtellina Valley in Lombardia region, nearby the Alps, and has a unique process before, can be used or eat. They're gonna be seasoning the meat for at least 3 months. So they're using salt, Italian seasoning, and they're gonna let it sit, this beautiful piece of meat, in a dry, dark room for 3 months until it's gonna get dry, and it also is gonna change color. It's gonna, became a little purple on the outside, and then when the meat's gonna be ready to use and eat. All right, next ingredient would be Grana Padano cheese. Grana Padano cheese. It's a famous cheese from the Padana Valley in Lombardia. It's a mild, hard cheese. It's a little salty, and it takes a little longer process than the bresaola. It will age for at least 20 months, and at the time it's going to be ready to eat, and has different value, has different months with different labels. So from 0 to 20 months, it will be a regular Grana Padano cheese. From 20 to 24, it will be a gold label, and then we're going to have a black label from 24 to 36 months. So of course the price will be changing because the value and the ages of the cheese will be different, and it's delicious. So the big difference between Grana Padano and Parmigiano Reggiano cheese, it's the fact that this cheese, it's called DOP cheese, so that means denomination origin protect, and it's only made in Padana region, Valley. So the Grana Padano, it's his brother, it's made in the same way, but from a different region, Emilia-Romagna, and that's why Parmigiano Reggiano. The next ingredient I'm gonna be using is the arugula. I'm gonna use some olive oil, some salt, some pepper, and I'm gonna use a balsamic glaze just to finish the dish with a little decoration. And this dish is really simple to make. It's really easy. It will take 3 minutes of your time, and it can be used as an appetizer or a salad, or if you like, as an entree. Yep. All right, the first thing that I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pour on the bottom of the plate a few thin slices of the bresaola. If you like 4 or 5. It's a delicious meat. It's really tender, it's really sweet. Then I'm gonna put a little arugula just on top to give some color as well, and also it matches perfect with the bitterness of the arugula and the sweet of the meat, the sweetness of the meat. All right, so just like that. Next step will be shape some Grana Padano cheese on it. Look how beautiful those slices are. Pretty nice. All right. Just like that. And one for me. Wow. It is delicious. I'm gonna finish the plate with a little olive oil, pinch of salt, pinch of black pepper. And for those people that are fanatic of decorations, you can go around the plate, the balsamic reduction, make your plate look fancy. Here we go. Buon appetito.
All right, welcome back. We're here with Benny, our master pastry chef. We brought him over from Palermo, Sicily. Those are the best pastry chefs in the world. And not that I'm partial, but Benny is really good. So Benny is going to show us a classic Sicilian cassata, which is very popular for a lot of the holidays. Christmas coming up and Easter, two of the biggest holidays that this cake is very popular for. Ok, so Benny, dici che cosa stiamo facendo?
Stiamo facendo
What are
un
we doing?
dolce tipico siciliano, che è la cassata siciliana appunto, che è fatto con un pan di Spagna, marzapane, frutta candita e ricotta.
Very good. So Benny is explaining to you the ingredients that we're going to be using today. The main ingredients are marzapane, which is a sweet almond paste, okay, candied fruit, and a sponge cake, and the cannoli cream, right? Those are the main ingredients. Simple ingredients, but there's some very important steps that you have to take to make this all happen. That's why the master pastry chef comes in. All right.
Ok? Allora mi appresto a preparare la cassata siciliana, facendo un quadratino di pan di Spagna e un quadratino di marzapane.
So what he's doing right now, he's putting together one bread marzapane and one of sponge cake. Sorry, and one sponge cake. So he's making a color pattern throughout the cake. Okay.
Li vado a incastrare tutti.
Now, he's got to do here is he's forming the cake around this pan, and later he's going to put this in the fridge to let it set and let it get hard, so he can work the rest of the cake. So.
Okay. Dopo che li ho incastrati presso il marzapane in modo tale che tutta la cassata diventi un unico pezzo.
So he's forming now the cake so it becomes one unit.
metto il disco di pan di Spagna nel mezzo presso
Okay. He's putting the sponge cake on the bottom,
e taglio le cose in eccesso.
and he's cutting off the excess of the sponge cake and the masapan, which he's later going to use that to fill in the rest of the cake. So nothing goes to waste here.
Arrivato a questo punto la torta è quasi pronta.
All right, so now this is going to fill it in now with the cannoli cream.
E metto la ricotta. Vado a mettere un po' di goccine di cioccolato.
He's going to add a few more chocolate chips in it to give it some flavor, some texture.
La giro un po', in modo tale che si amalgami il tutto.
Okay.
E
All right.
vado a metterla dentro la cassata.
All right. So there he goes.
E la spatola così in modo tale che sia tutta la cassata.
All right.
Pezzettini che ho in più li vado a mettere nella cassata.
So what he's saying right now, he's putting the extra pieces right on the cake. He's filled in with cannoli cream. Okay. All right. Very nice. So now, what's going to happen here? He's going to set this in the. We're going to set this in the walk-in cooler, in the freezer, actually, and let it set, get hard, and so he can work with it. Well, we don't have time for that. That's the magic of TV. We're going to bring you one that's already been ready to finish. Okay.
Ed a questo punto vedo se lo zucchero che avevo messo a sciogliere è pronto.
So what he's got here is a sugar glaze, which is simple confection sugar and melted down with some water, warm water. Okay, he's basically created a sugar glaze. He's got to make sure it's the texture, that it's smooth to be able to spread on the cake.
Quindi devo aspettare quasi 30 secondi.
Takes about 30 seconds. He's got the double boil going on with the warm water underneath, so it doesn't burn. But it gives you the opportunity to be able to get it the right texture. Okay. You can cut some of this, right? Okay, Ben. Basta.
La butta. Ok.
All right, so, quando fai così, we want to show that the texture. Quando arrivi questa texture, quando arrivi questo punto giusto, facciamo un gioco senza giocare. Okay, so as you can see, the texture is getting smoother and more liquidy, and that's what it takes to get it spread around the cake nice and evenly. Add a little bit more water to get it the right texture, and that's a little bit harder with Ben.
In Italian, just start beeping him. Go back there. He's gonna say, now it's ready.
All right, so now he's got the right texture going on. As you can tell, it's nice and smooth. See how that runs right down your spoon there, and it's got the perfect texture to be able to spread it.
Comincio a passare lo zucchero.
Okay, now it just spreads the sugar nice and evenly throughout the cake. All right. What should I be talking about now? Danilo, help me out. What should I be talking?
I don't know how good it was. You were a kid and you used to remember about this cake.
There you go. Now,
Love the cake.
now, now growing up in Sicily, I can remember this cake being at the table at all the holidays, especially for Christmas, for Easter. It was always at the table. It was just a beautiful centerpiece of our dinner table. That's what I remembered. Nobody really ate a lot of it because it's very sweet. So a cake like this will feed probably 15 people easily because you eat just a little sliver with a nice espresso or cappuccino and you're set. It's a nice finish to a nice dinner.
E adesso
So now, you setting all that aside. Let's get rid of that for you. Take care of that for you. All right. All right. So now he's going to decorate the cake. Now this is to his preference. You can decorate it however you like. Of course, as a master pastry chef, their decoration is very important. To me, I'd probably just throw it all on top of there and be done with it. But Benny's going to take a little bit more time and more detail with it. And like I said, it's the centerpiece of the table, so you got to make it look beautiful. And that's why we go to our pastry chef to get this done. Okay, so he's putting all candy fruits around there. What kind of fruit is that, Benny?
Questa è zucca e mandarino.
Okay, so what we have here is zucca. What's zucca?
Squash.
Candied squash and
Si chiamano i mandarini così.
and tangerine. What we have here is candied squash and tangerine. What we have here is candied fruit. What we have here is candied squash and candied tangerine in the middle.
Orange.
Now we got some candied oranges. Okay. All right. Very nice.
White here.
Okay. So he's going to set all these in a beautiful arrangement. The candied fruit takes a process. The candied. How do you process this, Benny? Come si fa la frutta?
La frutta candita si fa prendendo la frutta, mettendola a bollire con acqua e zucchero per meno 6 ore, fino a quando l'acqua diventa glucosio.
So what he's done to turn the fruit into candied fruit, he's boiled it for 6 hours with sugar, and in the process after the sugar, so che dopo zucchero.
Dopo lo zucchero si mette a scolare e praticamente è pronta perché l'acqua dello zucchero entra dentro la frutta e la conserva e la fa diventare candita.
So basically he's drained the excess water after that and let it sit, and the sugar and the water has turned it into a candied fruit texture. So, very nice. It's coming together, really looking like an art piece. Okay,
Mettiamo dei figli.
there we go. So we call Benny our Michelangelo of our pastries.
E all'ultimo la zucca qua sopra. And
All right. And he's finishing off with a little bit of pistachio, and that's it. And there's your candy fruit. There's your classic Sicilian cassata. Okay, enjoy. Buon appetito.
Buon appetito.
We'll see you at the table. All right. Mangia bene. Salute. Salute. All right, mamma.
Proviamo sto mangiare che è buono.
Ecco qua.
Smells so good.
All right. You guys start digging in, all right? We'll get more plates over there.